You probably feel a lot of things, or you feel nothing at all because everything kind of feels numbed and repressed. And that is because there is a lot of confusing feelings that you might not want to feel, or that you have a lot of stories around what they mean if you feel them. So I'm hoping this video will help you kind of um, identify some of that feelings that might be there all the time, but you don't really consciously notice them, or you kind of suppress all of it. And this might help you to put that into a context, to notice that you are actually feeling this, and to know that it is not you, that you are not broken. It is just a part of the fearful avoidant attachment style, and you can heal that. Absolutely. So the first thing that a lot of fearful avoidants feel is an impending sense of doom. And this is something that is probably there pretty much all the time, and therefore it is really hard to distinguish it and to notice it. But I remember so well that there was always this feeling that something bad was going to happen. And I didn't know when, and I didn't know how, I didn't know what angle it would come from. And so I was always on, I was always hyper vigilant. And you might recognize this because a lot of fearful avoidants have that. So that impending sense of doom, like if you think about the future, if you look at the future, it always felt like something bad was going to happen. The other shoe was going to drop. Something would go wrong. And this does not mean that that will happen. The fact that you feel that does not mean it will happen. It is just a part of the fearful avoidant attachment style. It is a way of your fear brain to always keep you on your toes, to always keep you alert, to keep you on, to keep you hyper vigilant. But that is not your natural state. That is fear. That is your fear brain speaking. And it is just trying to protect you. Your childhood maybe was unpredictable, and it might have been a mechanism that you developed to feel safe, or to at least have the feeling of control, the illusion of control. Um, and that's why you kind of develop that impending sense of doom feeling, to just always be on, always be alert. But it is a part of the fearful avoidant attachment style, and it will lessen more and more as you heal this attachment style. The second thing you probably feel a lot is judgmental. I don't know if that's a feeling, like feeling judgmental. I guess it is, isn't it? You feel judgmental mostly, I think, about yourself and the feelings and the thoughts that you have, but also with other people. And it's not a good feeling to have, is it? To always think this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong, because there's always fear attached to that. What if it is wrong? What does that mean? And what would that lead to? Would that mean everything is gonna go wrong? So it's so freeing to let go of that judgmental feeling and just anything that is, and that is fine. And that is not an irresponsible thing to think. That is actually a responsible way to look at things, because you're able to see things from different perspectives. The third feeling is powerlessness. Gosh, this is such a big one. A lot of fearful avoidants feel powerless all the time. Powerless over their life, over the way they feel, over their thoughts. And this has a lot to do with being in victim mode and wanting to be saved. There is a lot of emotional support to be gained by being a victim. It's so logical that you would choose that in a way, or your fear brain would choose that in a way, because it cuts you slack. It means that people can't really expect so much from you. So that powerlessness feeling, how frustrating it can be, or how bad it can feel, it is serving you. All of these feelings, all of these 8 things that you probably feel a lot as a fearful avoidant, they are serving you in a way. And that is so hard to grasp when you are struggling so much and you don't want to feel this powerless. But there is definitely a benefit to it. It is probably keeping you safe in a way, according to your fear brain. And that's not true. It's an illusion. And you will be able to heal that and to turn that around. But it is definitely um, it is definitely a way to keep you safe. It is definitely a protection mechanism. Then the fourth one is fear and anxiety. I mean, these are just very common, and it might be that they're so consistent that you don't even really feel how tense your body is all the time. I mean, let's just breathe for a second right now, okay? Do this with me, please. I know you're thinking, Pauline can see me, she can't know if I'm doing this, but I will. No, I don't. I won't know, of course. But I really want you to breathe with me just for a second. Just breathe to your belly. Deep breaths in and out. Just breathe deeply. Do it. Do it. Wherever you are, do it. I just want you to have a few seconds of respite, of feeling that fear and that tension and that anxiety. And a lot of fearful avoidance just tend to breathe so high, and that creates even more fear because you're breathing superficially. That's a whole different story. But I hope you are breathing deeply now, as I just said it, and keep doing that for the rest of this video and see how that feels in your body. And it's safe to relax. It's safe to feel the fear and anxiety lessen. It is safe. You're safe. Then the next one is doing everything wrong. The feeling of doing everything wrong. I so vividly remember this, and I have it on occasion, I guess once a month maybe. But I used to have this 24/7 all the time, that I was doing something wrong, and sometimes I didn't even know what, but I was just afraid that somebody would be mad at me, somebody would get mad at me. So this feeling of doing everything wrong was so there the whole time, and it just made me want to be smaller and smaller and just not do anything so that I wouldn't make a mistake. Do you recognize this feeling? I mean, I want to know if you recognize any of these, but especially this one, because it's a big one for the fearful avoidant, and a lot of fearful avoidants have this without even being consciously aware of it. Just that feeling always that you're doing something wrong or everything wrong. Then the next one is hypervigilance. Feeling hypervigilant. I touched on it before. It's that feeling of always being on, always feeling like you have to pay attention, that something could happen. You are watching signs that somebody is mad at you. You are watching out for things that could go wrong all the time. And it might be that you don't even recognize or realize it, because this is just something that you have done since you were a child. It's what you developed to stay safe in an unpredictable environment that a lot of fearful avoidants grow up in. But it's very taxing on your body, and you don't have to live that way. I mean, your body is amazing and it can handle that, so it is fine. But you deserve to feel peace and calm and know that you can handle whatever is coming your way, because you can. You are like a million times stronger than you think. The seventh one is the fear of doing something dumb. The fear of doing something dumb, saying something dumb, looking dumb, being dumb, acting dumb. It can be a big trigger for fearful avoidance. So feeling that fear, that can be pretty prevalent also. The fear of looking dumb, saying something dumb, even before you do it or say it. So you always kind of like try to compose yourself and try to be perfect or try to do the right thing. It's very tiring. God, it's exhausting. If I reading these things out loud and thinking about the time when I felt all of these things almost all the time, it's so exhausting to your body, to your system. And I wish freedom for you. And the last one is resentment. Having to do things for others, not getting anything back, always giving more than what you get, always feeling like your freedom is taken away more than you want it. Resentment is just something a lot of fearful avoidants also feel, which kind of like ties in with the powerlessness, or is linked to the powerlessness. So even though this feels annoying, it actually is serving you also in a way to feel that resentment and to feel that powerlessness. It's so interesting, isn't it? I mean, the things we feel, even though they feel so bad and it can be so confusing, we're so wrapped up in them, um, they actually are serving us in a way too, because otherwise you wouldn't have them. That's so interesting, isn't it? Ah, the human psyche, the human, well, just humanness actually is just super interesting. But know that this is the fearful avoidant attachment style, and that all of these things will get better, will get less as you heal the fearful avoidant attachment style. And if you want that, you can read more about my online program in the description below. And let me know in the comments what you think. What do you recognize out of these feelings? Do you have even more things to add? Please do. I want to know. I am so happy you are here, and I will see you in the next one.